Hi there, and welcome to a new video. This is Molly McCord, and this is the Twin Flames Healing Journey teaching series, where I share with you various topics on this amazing journey that is the twin flame experience. I hope you've enjoyed the other videos so far, and in this video we're going to talk about something really important. And I know this is something that weighs on your heart and is in your head, and it has to do with the karmic feminine in the dynamic of a twin flame scenario. The karmic feminine is actually a key player in this experience in this lifetime, and I'm going to share with you more about that. I hope it brings you greater understanding and ultimately greater peace, as well as detaching from any of the intense emotions that it has brought up. So you could wonder, well, why is there a strong connection for the divine masculine to this karmic feminine? And what is that about? What is that even about? Like, why is she even here? Whether that's here in person, here on the planet, why does she exist? You can go there and have those questions. And I want to give you some understanding around that, because everything is ultimately energy. And when you understand it from an energetic perspective, it can help you with it. So first of all, she's called the karmic feminine because anything with karma is unfinished energy. It's unfinished business. It's like that tab that was never fully paid. It was the story that was never really completed. It's unfinished and it needs to be finished. And so the karmic feminine shows up ultimately to finish business, to close out what needs to end in that story between the two of them. Now, energetically, the karmic feminine and the divine feminine are very, very different. And that's because the divine feminine is more spiritually evolved. She's awakened. She's mature. She has a self-actualization based in self-love. And this is important to understand. The divine feminine has actually been through enough experiences in her life to understand her own power, her own responsibilities, who she is, what she's about, who she is in the world. So again, self-actualization. And it's based in a sense of self-worth and personal value. It's that sense of, you know what, I can make my own money. I can make my own career. I can create anything with my power. I want to love people. I want to love others. I want to experience love, express love, and be love in the world. The divine feminine comes with a very pure heart and pure energy field. She is someone who is based in that true sense of personal power, which stems from love. And so what she creates comes from there. So what the divine feminine creates is expansive. It grows, it moves, it flourishes and blossoms because it comes from the true source of love. Now, everything on our planet ranges from love to fear, love to hate, peace to fear, peace to hate. So you have this grand spectrum of energies here. And the divine feminine is doing her best intentionally and consciously to create the life that represents who she truly is in her own self-ownership, personal authority, self-respect. So her energy grows from that place, okay? It's very important to give you that understanding that divine feminine energies have been through a lot, typically, in order to grow. It's not like she's had an easy path at all. I know many of you, I've connected with many of you. You've had a really hard path, but you've allowed it to better you. You've allowed it to help you be stronger, to see your part in something, to understand what you were learning. You understood why those relationships didn't work. You understood why you had certain experiences. There's a sense of, I'm meant to grow from this. I'm meant to heal, and I'm going to claim that. So divine feminine energies are aware that everything ultimately supports her because she is a vessel of love. And so many of you have done beautiful inner work for that experience. It's been hard. It's been a rough road. You haven't had it easy, but that's why you've been stronger. That's why you come from a purer place, because you get it. You've been on that spectrum of love and hate, peace and fear, and you've made your conscious choices about what you're going to be in the world and how you're going to participate. The karmic feminine is not at that level of awareness. Whether she's been kept in a comfort zone, a lot of karmic feminines have learned to manipulate since they were young. They have had experiences where they didn't grow, they didn't heal, they didn't mature. They just stayed in a cycle with the energies, okay? So it's important to understand that karmic feminines actually have the exact same opportunities to learn and grow and heal, but they've made other choices. It's a bit like, well, I'm just going to get right back on the same merry-go-round and circle in the same energy and try for a different outcome. But that doesn't happen because the divine feminine has understood that she has to change within herself. Whereas the karmic feminine believes that the circumstances have to change, the external world has to change, and then the outcome will change. So there's this huge chasm, this huge difference in understanding of how energies work. And the karmic feminine, because she isn't learning, she's not growing, she's not maturing, she's not awakening, and she's not becoming more conscious, she's spinning in these same energies. In my situation with the karmic feminine, she was all about rich men. And how can I find a rich man who takes care of my comfort, who takes care of what I want to buy and what I want to own and who I want to be in the world. So she's very flashy and all about what she looks like and everything about her appearance. And you know what? No judgment, because that is certainly something you can choose. And so but that was her level of consciousness, right? Is that it was other people's money that defined her. And so that sets up what she experiences. So the karmic feminine energy is actually related to the ego and the bottom 3 chakras. Now, in my other video, I explained to you how the divine masculine and the divine feminine are different in what they're learning in this lifetime. The divine masculine is very much about the bottom 3 chakras: ego, money, safety, what is known, what he can see, the mental process, the logic, and he's growing into the spiritual perspective and spiritual awakening. Whereas the divine feminine is about the upper 3 chakras of intuition and feelings and communication and saying what she needs. And she's learning how to ground herself in the bottom 3 chakras. The karmic feminine connects to the divine masculine's lower 3 chakras. She connects to his ego, to his sexuality, to his desires, to his unawakened self. And she is ultimately the catalyst of his awakening, because then he can see through her what he has had to learn through money, finances, ego, appearances, what is real, what matters in life. I mean, you can have, for example, a lot of money and feel completely empty and hollow. And so the experience with the karmic is actually something that feels more comfortable for him. It feels easier. It feels like there's instant gratification. But the divine feminine is about learning and growing and expanding. So the divine feminine actually challenges him to grow, which isn't instant gratification. It isn't in the now. It's something that requires work. And there's this pull, like this push-pull of, well, do I stay with what I know and what is comfortable, or do I push myself to learn and grow and expand? Now, because the karmic feminine is not evolved, not awakened, and spinning in the same energy cycles, ultimately what she creates is destruction. Because she isn't growing. And what the universe, and I believe how the universe is loving to everyone. And it's a bit like, how many times are you going to hit your head on that brick wall until you get it, sweetheart? And so the karmic feminine is just going around in circles, hitting her head on the brick wall. Maybe she's looking for the next rich man. And the universe keeps saying, that's not it. That's not what it's about. That's not who you really are. See, I believe we live in a benevolent, loving universe, and that the karmic feminine is loved but she's not getting it. It's almost like she has her fingers in her ears, like, la, 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 I'm not going to listen. I'm just going to buy the next purse. I'm just going to get the next flashy car. And that's not what this is about, energetically speaking. Like, she could have so much more if she made other choices, but she's not. And so what she's currently in is a pattern of destruction where she continually destroys. And when she connects with the divine masculine, their energies together destroy because their energies are not rooted in true love. Now, the image I'm getting right now is one of fireworks. And here in the United States, we do celebrations with fireworks, and you can have a small firework display in your backyard, right? And it's like, okay, a few people see it, a few people get it, and okay, no big deal. And then you can have the giant displays of fireworks, whether that is in your community or whether that is nationally, whether that is something that's done in a bigger scale. And the image I'm getting is that when the divine masculine and the karmic feminine connect, they're not meant to stay together. They're both meant to learn. They really are. And they're both meant to learn in a way that helps each of them evolve. That comes back down to free will. That comes down to their own willingness to grow and change. So the karmic comes together with the divine masculine, and it's not meant to last. That's never what the relationship's been about. It's been about unfinished business and what they needed to experience together before they separate. And that separation can be with small fireworks. It can be just a small thing in the backyard. No one else really knows, and they realize this isn't working. We're not on the same page. We don't really want the same things. In fact, they don't have much in common. Maybe they just have sex in common, right? Maybe they just want money. Maybe they just care about materialistic things. But so what? All of that changes. Your sex life will change throughout life. Your money comes and goes, but money doesn't ever connect with who you really are. You can't take it with you, right? So all of this energy is rooted in the bottom chakra that fulfills the ego and safety. It looks good. Perhaps other people think, oh, they look like the perfect couple. They're so cute together. And it's all false, because it's not even true love. So at some point, usually it's the divine masculine who realizes first, this isn't going to last. And he tries to repair it, or he tries to do something to make it better. So it's the divine masculine who understands that something needs to improve because he's actually awakening and he's actually seeing the energy dynamic first. But the karmic, because she's oblivious and she just wants to get in her car and drive around town and look cute, she doesn't really care. She just is like, well, where am I going to get my next paycheck? And so the energy is supposed to end. Okay, small fireworks, and it doesn't. And as it continues on, and it grows, and maybe they try to repair it, or they try to understand it, or they go to counseling, or they go through something to talk it out, the understanding of how different they are becomes bigger and bigger and more apparent. And this is where the giant fireworks happen, where you should pull up a chair and grab some popcorn, because the giant fireworks are more public. People see it. They understand now that this was not really what everyone thought it was. It's a public display of destruction. So basically, the karmic feminine is playing the role of the destructor, and she could leave with money. That's all she wants anyways, or she wants something that satisfies her ego, her materialism, her shallowness. It satisfies her own lack of awakening energies. Now this can change. She can awaken too. She can grow. She can understand this. Like, it's not like she's denied this understanding. It's available to all of us, but it's what she's choosing, and she's not choosing it. So the karmic is basically a catalyst for awakening and spiritual growth for the divine masculine. And even though at the time she felt easier, she felt simpler, she felt like the sure thing, and he thought that she was the divine feminine, she was all about destruction, because her energy isn't strong enough for the vibration of true love. So if you can understand this, if you can understand that there's two different energies at work here and that sometimes you have to go down one path in order to understand it, it's actually an experience of opposites, an experience of contradiction, an experience of expectations. One of my close friends was like, well, yeah, it's an experience of consequences because you thought you had to walk a certain line to be loved instead of just opening your heart in the moment and being love. The divine feminine invites the love. She invites it. She welcomes it. In fact, she has love for the karmic feminine. A true divine feminine loves the karmic feminine because she understands where she's at. She understands how she's hitting her head on that brick wall. And she understands the role of the karmic feminine is ultimately to be a catalyst of learning, healing, and love. So what is happening here is, of course, in divine and perfect order. Of course, it's meant to benefit everyone involved. And this is all at the spiritual level and the energetic level. It might not be what you feel. And it's very important to address what you feel. So in a separate video, I have for you the topic that is the divine feminine's pain, which is why was I not chosen? And I hope that this video helps set you up for that deeper understanding. I hope it helps you detach and see how love is everywhere. Love is within everyone, but part of the human experience is in what you choose and in your free will. And I hope you can see how the karmic feminine is only meant to be a supporting character in the movie. She's not a lead. She's not meant to be a long-term lead, even if that was the temporary experience. Like, she brought in other things to understand, and then she can get back in her cute little car with her bags of money and drive away and still be an idiot because she still doesn't get it. And that's okay too, because she is also, a spiritual being having a human experience. So I hope that can help you understand what is at play here. Essentially, it helps you return to what matters and what does not matter. And it's meant to invigorate you, that you are here to continue to be that higher vessel of love, that you are to continue to lead the way, to be that spiritual strength that's needed at this time, and to know that you are loved immensely no matter what the current temporary human experiences are. So thank you for joining me in this video, and I'll be back soon with another video for you that I hope helps you on this ever-evolving healing journey. Thanks, friends.